What is the best choice for your team? Any tips on which I should currently use as my main dragon?
Guys,
Should anyone else
give me some
advice on
advice
how to select that
combo
later today? Who do I choose? Do you ever play these idle games and think, maybe my team isn't as good as it should be? Well, first of all, don't worry because we've all been there, and second of all, welcome to CVMG's team building guide. Hopefully with this I could steer you in the right direction. So let's get started. First things first, you gotta get a healer. Some games are more friendly than others towards not having support, but this is not one of those games. You're gonna be taking waves of damage and all sorts of content, and if you thought you could get away with not building a healer, you got another thing coming. Every top-rated player rocks a healer, so you could fight trying to get one if you want, but this is really not a hill you should die on. They do throw a lot of phoenixes at you, so you'll never be stuck without one. But if you get the chance to start delving into some of the triple S healers, definitely check out Horus, because he has a lot more than just healing. AoE is pretty important in this game, but single target is equally as important. After all, we can't be having our frontliner dying on us so early, can we? Which leads us to our next slot. You're going to want to slot in a tank. Tanks are not underrated in this game, and they're very strong. And especially with all the damage that'll be thrown at your team, you're going to want a frontliner to soak most of it. This way the healer makes the tank happy, the tank keeps the healer safe, and everybody's happy. And with the amount of damage we're talking about, you're going to want to maximize your healing, so whenever you get the chance, throw on a good healing set. There are also set bonuses that'll help keep your tank alive in the front line longer. You're going to want to line that tank up with at least 1 HP and at least 1 defense equipment. And when you do, make sure it's a percentage and not a flat stat. EX, by the way, just stands for extra. I've seen that question a lot. Extra HP. Well, now we got the bare bones of our team. We got 3 more open slots, and this is where it starts to get a little tricky. We got all sorts of options for damage dealers, including rogues, mages, summoners, warriors, and more. But we can't just focus on the dragons because we also get a huge amount of power from our trainers and our Halidome pieces. Make sure you're checking what your Halidome pieces do because they're a big part of your strategy. The rest of your team at this point is all about synergy. Who can you put to fill out the rest of the slots that are going to help each other the most? Maybe you like littering the battlefield with additional units and 3 summoners is the way to go. Well, in that case, you're going to want to make sure that you have Sylvia as your trainer because she's going to enhance the attack speed and attack percent of all your summons. Or it's possible that you like to take a more brute force approach and challenge your foes head on. Since they're all going to be melee and in front of the field, they're going to need to take a beating, so Medalic might be the best trainer here. And oftentimes, the effect of a Halidome piece can outweigh the stats. Like if the roles were reversed and my Crest of the Tide was level 60 and my Time Warp Pocket Watch was level 19, I would still go with the Pocket Watch because the Tide only helps me whenever my supports inflict debuffs, and these supports don't inflict debuffs. As long as there's at least some semblance of synergy within your team and not just a random amalgamation of abilities, then you should be good to go. But remember, you're not just building one team here, you're building a minimum of 3, especially if you want to hold up with the big dogs in the Amphitheater of Glory so that you could farm those SP shards. And if some proper team synergy gets you a step closer to that SP, then I will have done my job. Thanks so much for watching, but if you're still not sure who you want to put on your team, then feel free to watch this upcoming video about a tier list that we reviewed. We also gave a short summary of every dragon, so it's going to be good for learning. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe and make sure that you downloaded Summon Dragons 2 using my special link below. But other than that, y'all, that's gonna do it for me today, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.